my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about something that is beyond petrifying, that has been happening to me, that just happened to me, and is still happening to me. I'm wearing the same shirt that I'm wearing in my last video because I told you guys I was going to film it right after, and I'm literally filming. I haven't even got up out of my seat. So this story is something that is so fucking scary. Like, I'm literally getting the goosebumps just talking about it. It's fucking petrifying. You guys have no idea. Okay, so I'm just gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real. If you don't believe in anything that has to do with ghosts, anything that has to do with the paranormal, just think of this video as entertainment of a spooky story, of some bullshit. I don't know what to tell you. I believe in it. If you believe in it, listen up, y'all, cause this is it. No, seriously, this shit is literally it. So this story revolves around the one and the only Ouija motherfucking board. I have a video on my channel, link it down below. I've used a Ouija board before. It's petrifying, people. I've done this when I was like 13. I did it like last Halloween, and for some reason I did it again. Okay, so the last time that I did the Ouija board, it was in that video that I talked to you guys about, and it was bad, it was scary or whatever, but nothing in our house started to happen. And then I was still very petrified, and I made sure to return that Ouija board. We got it at Barnes and Nobles and we returned it. The woman was like, you're not even supposed to return it because you guys opened it or whatever, but I'm gonna take it this one time. So we did, and we got it returned, and I really thought I was never gonna fuck with it again. I have a friend, and I don't want to mention her name at all because her mom actually watches my videos, and if I mention her name, her mom's gonna be like, why the hell were you playing with that shit? Well, anyways, she's never played with them before, and she was like, oh, I want to play, and I was like, girl, I've done that shit before. I don't want to play with it. It's like literally scary. Like, you don't know what it is. Like, it's petrifying. My dog is literally eating herself out right under me right now, and it's scaring the shit out of me because I'm talking about this and I'm not at ease, people. Like, I'm really not. She was like, oh my god, I'm so excited, blah 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 blah, do you have your board? And like I said, I returned mine already, so I was like, hell no bitch, I ain't got that board no more. I was scared of it because when I first played it, it was saying like Lucifer and all this scary ass shit that like I didn't want in my house, so I had to get rid of it. But I was like, if you want to play, you gotta bring your own board because I'm not playing with this shit no more. I can't say my friend's name because like I said, her mom watches my videos, and her mom's gonna be pissed if she finds out that she played with the Ouija board and has one low-key in her house. So I'm gonna name her Carla. I don't know, I'm just gonna name her Carla for the hell of it. So my friend Carla, not really her real name, it's so weird calling you that. So this was about 3 weeks ago or whatever, and I'm like, okay, Carla, I'll play with you or whatever, but you need to make sure to buy a Ouija board. And I told her they had Ouija boards at Barnes & Nobles, they had Ouija board here, there's Amazon Prime, you can get one on Amazon if you really want to order online and get it the next day. No, the girl insisted that she got it from eBay. So she was like, I want one from eBay, I want one that has been used and that is possessed. And I said, why would you do that? Why would you bring that into my house? Because obviously we weren't going to play at her house because like I said, she has brothers and sisters and her freaking mom is there, and her mom's going to be pissed and be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Don't hang out with Pedro ever again. So she orders one on eBay. Like I said, it was like 3 weeks ago, so I don't know when she got it. But she messaged me last week and was like, okay, like I want to play the board. And then I was like, do you have the board? She's like, yeah, I have the board. The board's ready. Like, let's play. So I'm like, okay, cool. Come over to my house tonight. So she comes over or whatever and brings the fucking board. And I'm like, okay, girl, let's play with the board. Very freaking annoyed because I'm like, I'm doing this again after I told myself I was never gonna play with the Ouija board again. If you're watching this and you're my mom, I'm sorry. I'm literally gonna get possessed and forget about your son. I'm gonna end up doing some crazy shit. But anyway, so it's me and her, and I'm like, okay, like I want to play or whatever, but I'm kind of scared that it's just me and you. Like, how are we gonna do this just me and you? Like, that's petrifying. And she's like, oh, that's how it's gonna work. That's how it's gonna work. And I'm looking at her like, Carla, bitch, are you in a cult? Have you done this before? Like, how do you know all about this? I have done this a lot, and I've seen it, and I believe in this. She's never done it before, so she's so excited and wants to go the whole 9 yards and wants it to be just me and her. So I'm like, whatever, it's gonna be just me and you. So last time I played this in August, it was Halloween or whatever, I played it with a bunch of other friends, my man, and we lit up this one candle. This time that me and Carla played, we played with the same exact candle, which really is like whatever, but to me, I feel like it's petrifying because I feel like I'm bringing spirits from then now through the candle. Does that make sense? So anyways, we lit up the candle, the lights are off, it's just me and her, and we have our fingers on the thing, and I'm like, okay, like, are you speaking, girl? You want to play this so bad? Like, you speak. But she didn't want to, so I was like, whatever, I'll speak. So I'm like, is there anybody here? We were literally there for like 5 minutes. No movement, no movement. We even like took our hands off the board. Like, we were on our phones for a second, like, because it wasn't working. So I'm like, I've used the cardboard one, and that one has worked faster than this. Literally like 35 minutes after, I'm like, okay, let's do this again for like the 800th millionth time. And we put our fingers on the board and we're like, okay, like I want to, seriously, is there anybody here? Like, are there any spirits in this apartment? AKA my fucking apartment. And the thing literally moves to no. I'm like, Carla, like, why would you buy a freaking thing? Because I literally thought it was her. I'm like, why would you buy the freaking Ouija board to push it to the no? Like, what is the literal point of you doing this? Because I deadass thought it was her. And she was like, I did not push it, I did not push it. So the planchette or whatever, you put your fingers on it like lightly, and when you ask questions, it should move by itself. By the way, I'm actually putting this in my 3,000 giveaways, so if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you have a chance to winning this. And a bunch of other stuff. Back to the story. You're supposed to put your fingers lightly and it's supposed to move. She looked like it, but I was like, you're literally pushing it. Because I'm like, it hasn't worked for like 35 minutes and out of nowhere, now it's just working. And she's like, I haven't. And she like looked white. And Carla's like tan, but this bitch looked like me. So I was like, so Carla's like, ask it another question. And I'm like, is there anybody here? And it goes back to no. So then I was like, why would you say no if you're moving it? That means you're here. And then it went to yes. And me and Carla were kind of like looking at each other like, what the hell? And mind you, this is pitch black. There's no one around us. The halls are quiet. The candle's on. It's just me and her like sitting across from each other. And we're shaking because I'm like, oh my God, like what the actual fuck? And the thing that goes in my head as I'm playing this is, why the fuck am I playing this shit again? Like I said no, because when I played it the first time, I couldn't go to sleep. Like I would go lay down in bed and I would be like shaking and I'd be like telling my man to like, can I lay on your side of the bed? I don't want to lay on the side of the bed because my side of the bed is closer to the wall, not the wall, the door. So I'm like, I don't want to be towards the door. Please let me lay on the inside. And there I go again, playing the board again, knowing that I'm going to be scaring myself. So then I was like, Carla, I can't ask any more questions. Like, you go. So Carla goes, what is your name? And then it goes from yes to no. And then I'm like, we're looking at each other like, is this guy just going to say yes and no the whole time? Like, is this the same person I talked to like last year? Like, what the hell? And she was like, why do you keep saying no? And then he goes, no. And then I was like, do you want to talk to Carla? And he said, no. And then I was like, do you want to talk to me? And he said, yes, like moved really fast. So I was like, oh my God. I was literally like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't want to do this from the beginning. And I told him like, you know, I didn't want to do this shit. And now the motherfucker wants to talk to me, like out of all people. And I don't even know why I'm calling it motherfucker, because you guys don't know the shit that has been going on. Like, at all. So we're like, oh, how old are you? And it goes to no and yes, no and yes. And then we're just like, okay, since you don't want to talk to us anymore, like you just keep saying no and yes, we're just gonna say goodbye and end the whole Ouija board. So we're like, goodbye. And then he moves to goodbye or whatever. So we move to goodbye, and then me and her sit and we're like, what the hell? Like that was mad weird. And then I'm like, this board is mad weird because it's like wood. Like why didn't you just buy a freaking one from like all these other stores that I told you about, but you had to go on eBay and purchase one that is wood and is petrifying as fuck. So she starts going off about how the board is a piece of shit because she's like, oh, this is stupid because I paid all this money and I got a wood one and I waited from eBay and blah 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 because I thought it was gonna be like possessed and it was gonna be good because the wood ones are supposed to be like scarier than the freaking other ones, which really makes no sense because isn't it a portal no matter what? But anyways, so she was pissed because she's like, oh, that's annoying because it just keeps saying yes or no. I'm like, give us some time, we're gonna play again. So we gave it like 10-15 minutes. And then we put our hands on the board again and we were like, is there anybody here? Instantly, the shit was like, to yes. So me and her were like, looking at each other like, bitch. And she was like, that was you. I was like, that dead ass was not me. Like, that was not me. And I'm telling you guys, I swear to fucking God, it was not me. Like, at all. So Carla goes, is this the same person from last time? And then it goes to no. So we're like, oh, cool, it's not the same person. And then she was like, who is it this time? And then this person goes, M-E, spells out me. And we're like, me? Who's me? And I'm looking at her like, who the fuck is me? They sound like they're talking to you. Have you used the board before alone? And she was like, no, why the hell would I use the shit alone? And I was like, I don't know, it's spelling me like it knows you. And we're like, who is it? And then it's spelled K-I-L-L, kill. And we're like, kill? Your name is Kill? And then I went to no. And we're like, do you want to kill? And it was like, yes. So as soon as I said, do you want to kill? I was like, bitch, I'm done. I don't want to play. She wanted to say, who do you want to kill? But I was not having it. Because if that motherfucker said Pedro, I would have knocked her ass out. I would have killed her for fucking saying that. So I'm like, Carla, that's it. We say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. The board's not fucking moving, okay? It's not going. It's staying at the same place. It's staying at yes because it said yes and wants to fucking kill somebody. It's not going. So I'm like, goodbye, goodbye, like goodbye. Thank you so much, goodbye. You have to say goodbye to the board because if you don't, you leave an open portal in your home. It doesn't go, people. It does not go. So I'm like, Carla, like, what? What are you gonna do? And then she goes, who do you want to kill? Thank the Lord. This thing, I'm literally like shaking right now. This thing literally said no. I at that moment, it took a pause. So I thought it was gonna be like spelling out my name or even her name. Like I wouldn't want them to spell out her real name. I almost said her real name. And then kill her. Like, what the fuck? So she's like, I don't want to talk anymore. Is it okay if we go? And it goes, no. And she's like, please, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm scared. I believe that the board is real. She's like talking to the board like, about to cry. And I'm looking at her like, girl, you acting like a pussy in front of the demon. Stop. Like, no. And then he just goes to goodbye. So we're like, okay, like, whatever, goodbye, I'm done. So me and her are sitting on my couch and we're like, oh my God, like that was so scary, blah, 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 blah. Like I don't want to do this again. Like I never want to freaking look at this board again. And then I was like, you're taking it because I don't want that shit in my fucking house. Like I said it plenty of times, I cannot sleep. You know the whole story because I told her the whole story and she probably watched the video or whatever. By the way, the video is linked down below. We played the game at around like 9 something or whatever. And when we were going to bed, it was at like 11, maybe 12. Cause like, we stopped playing with it. Like after that, we were like, I don't want to play. She didn't want to play. Like she was good. Just her wanting to play the game originally was like sketchy because I'm like, girl, you never would want to mess with this. Like you're not into scary movies. You're not into scary shit. Why the fuck do you want to do this? Why the fuck do you want to get a freaking wood one? Like that's petrifying in its own. That you have a vintage Ouija board. All set with that. Oh, I'm like, do you want to sleep in the bedroom? Like we can put a bed on the floor and you can sleep there. And she was like, no, it's fine. I'll sleep on the couch. It's good. Like whatever. Like she's like, I don't even believe that it moved. It was probably you the whole time. But I didn't want to be like, dead ass wasn't me because I was like, I don't want her to sleep in my room. So whatever, just leave her over there. So I'm scared because I'm the type of person to be scared no matter what. Like I know it's say goodbye, I know whatever, but I know what's still in my house and I know my friend is out there alone. So I'm like, whatever. I'm laying in bed and so is my man Santino. So Santino's laying in bed and then I'm laying right next to him. We're sleeping. Santino does not wake up. Like he's a heavy ass sleeper. Like you guys have no idea how much this kid fucking sleeps. Now he doesn't sleep a lot, but like when he's sleeping, like you can't wake him up unless you're like waking him up. I, on the other hand, am not like that. Any sudden movement, I can literally be like here and I can hear something outside, like miles away from my house, and I'll be like I will be awake and I'm aware. He's not like that though. So we're sleeping and we leave the door kind of open. The thing with my door, the door opens on its own, okay? Like how we have our bedroom door, I don't know what the fuck is with it, but it moves on its own. So we actually have a piggy bank. Let me go grab it for you. So we actually have this thing. It's not a piggy bank, it's the seal. His name's Sealy and he voted. So we have this little piggy bank in front of the door to stop the door from moving. Because I like to leave the door open because we have an AC, but the AC is in the living room and in our room there's no AC in here, so we leave the door open to get the air in here so we're not dying of being hot. Okay, you get it. So we put the piggy bank on the door so the door doesn't open because the door has a tendency to just like in the middle of the night and any sound scares the shit out of me. So I'm like, I need to get this to stop. So we always put the piggy bank there. So today I'm like, okay, we're gonna leave the door open. Like Carla's out there by herself in the living room and I have the piggy bank. So we put the piggy bank down and leave the door a little bit open just in case if my dog Piper wants to get out of the room, if she wants to go eat, if she wants to go drink water, whatever the fuck she wants to do, she has room to go and we still get the air from the AC and the door doesn't open and scare the shit out of me. That's the whole purpose of the piggy bank. But the piggy bank is full of coins, so the piggy bank is very heavy, okay? This thing is heavy, there's coins in it, hear that? Listen, because this shit is where it gets scary. So we're laying in bed, Santino's sleeping, I'm sleeping, the dog's sleeping, Carla's sleeping, everybody's sleeping. This is around 3 o'clock. I always have my phone next to me, but it's at around 3 o'clock. And something inside me just like feels so scared, like so weird and so scared. So I'm just like, open your eyes. But then inside of me as well, I'm awake now, but I'm like, I don't want to open my eyes. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if this is, has this ever happened to you that like, you're awake, but your eyes are closed? Like this. Like, this is basically what I was doing. I was like laying there in bed like this, and then I was like, okay, like open your eyes, like open your eyes. Like something was telling me to open my eyes, like something in my heart woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning So I open my eyes like slightly and I can't see the door from where I'm laying because I don't like seeing the door, because like I said, every time have you ever seen like a movie or something of somebody like laying in bed and then they look out of like their bedroom and something like walks by, like, whew. I don't like that shit. That's always been a fear of mine. So that's why whenever I open my eyes, it's closed to a point that there's air coming in, the dog can go out, and I'm not able to see anything. It looks like the door is closed. So I open my eyes and I'm like looking at the door and I'm like, no, like nothing's wrong. And my heart's beating because I'm like scared, because I'm like, oh my God, I remember the board. The board's in my house. Like, what the fuck, I'm petrified. But I'm not saying anything because Santino's sleeping. Everybody's sleeping. It's just me awake by myself. I'm not on medication. I'm not fucking, I don't ever hallucinate. I don't have issues. I don't have problems. If you believe me, you believe me. If you don't believe me, good for you. But this is literally what happened. And I'm telling this like honestly, like this is what happened and I'm not fucking kidding. I know there's gonna be people like, you're lying. Don't care. The door literally, as I'm freaking looking at it, goes like this and opens. I just tried to make noise like there was air. Like I didn't hear no air or anything. We have carpet though. So that's the dog scaring the shit out of me, bitch. We have carpet. So when you open the door, you can hear the carpet like, do you know what I mean? If you have carpet, you know what I'm talking about. But I, like I said, have the piggy bank right in front of it because of the stopper. So when you do have to freaking open the door, you kind of have to push a little harder. So the door goes like open and I'm like, Carla, like petrified. I didn't scream, I didn't say anything. I'm like, Carla, I don't hear shit. No one's there. The door just opened on its own. The door has never, ever opened alone on its own. Never, 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 never. It has when the door stopper is not there, aka the piggy bank. But when the piggy bank is there, ugh, my battery's dying, hold on. My camera died. So like I said, the piggy bank was standing right in front of the door. So how the hell did the door just open on its own? That never happened before. It's never happened before. So as I said, Carla, I heard nothing. So I'm like, great, this bitch is sleeping. My house is haunted. I knew it instantly that something was going on in my house. And then I was like, fuck, like what the fuck am I gonna do? I turn and I try to wake up Santino. I'm like, Santino, Santino. And he's like, whoa, whoa. Because he didn't know we played the board because he doesn't like that stuff in my house. And he's like, don't play that anymore. I don't want to see you be like this. And I don't want to see you get scared and blah, 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 blah. And I get that because I'm a very annoying person when it comes to being scared. Like, I'll be like, can I have your spot? Like, I'll be waking him up. I'll be hugging him, like sweating because I'm so scared. So he doesn't want me to play with that. So he's just like continues to sleep and just like whatever. Like telling me to kind of like shut the hell up or whatever. And I'm like, whatever. So I grab my phone and I'm scared. Like, scared, people, but I'm obviously not gonna wake him up. So I open my thing, turn on my flashlight. Can you guys see that? Okay, you could. So I turn on my flashlight and I'm walking towards the door. I don't want to turn the light on here because of what the hell he did. You guys think I just like saw the door open and made movements? That's not how it worked. This was like in a span of like 20 minutes because the door moved and I like was frozen for like a while because I said Carla and I got no movement, so I was like really scared. I like let it sit in. So then I was like trying to move it and like have him move or whatever. He didn't want to move and then I got up. So this was like 20 minutes. It wasn't like I just did shit because I was scared. I was not going to be moving out of nowhere. So I put the light or whatever and I'm walking out and then I close the door behind me and turn on the light from the living room and I'm like, Carla, Carla bitch, Carla bitch. So I wake her up. So as I'm waking her up, she's obviously laying down and I'm like on top of her like, Carla, Carla. And she like takes forever to wake up and the lights are on behind me, everything's on behind me. So just picture you laying down, seeing someone waking you up and then you can see everything and the person's right in front of you. This is Carla's eyes, okay? So I'm like, Carla bitch, wake the fuck up. So she opens her eyes and she's like, and then I'm like, what? Like, sorry, I didn't mean to fucking scare you or whatever, but I have to tell you what the fuck just happened. Like, did you not open my door? And she was like, I literally just saw something walk right by you. And then I was like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? My door just opened on its own. Like, I have the piggy bank right in front of the door and the door opened on its own. And then, cause I told her how the door opens or whatever and I'm placing the piggy bank. She knows, cause I was like, if you get scared and you wanna come in here, just push it a little harder cause there's a piggy bank on the floor. So she knows about the piggy bank. And she's like, I swear to God, I just saw something pass right by you, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck did you see? Like, and she said she just saw like something dark walking by. And I'm like, maybe it's cause I just woke you up fast. And I'm trying to tell myself that like, yo, like, try to like manipulate, you know when you manipulate yourself? Like, I know the door just opened on its own, like someone pushing it. because there's no way it could open by itself like that. So I know someone pushed the door, but there was nobody there. So when she says somebody walked by me, behind me in my house, obviously I don't want to be like, yeah, great, there's someone here. Like, no. So I was like, no, like lying to myself, but we both knew that what I was saying was real. Are you knocking at the door? You see that shit, people? That's fucking scary. I literally was just filming, talking to you guys, and I heard a knock. I said, are you knocking at the door? Santino's on the couch, and I hear him say, This shit has been fucking happening. Literally, constantly. Okay, back to the story. So, I'm fucking talking to Carla, and I'm like, yo, I'm fucking bored, like, there's something in my house now, I'm scared, like, ready to cry, like, shaking, like, little bitch that I am. She's like, oh my god, like, I didn't mean to bring that into your house, I'm sorry. And I'm kind of annoyed, because I'm like, you get to leave, I don't. I live here. I just signed a fucking lease to live in a haunted apartment. So for the rest of the night, I'm sitting out there with Carla, Santino's in the room sleeping by himself, the dog is sleeping. I don't understand why she doesn't move, because she's a puppy, so every time I move, she follows me. She didn't move, nothing, everything's going fine. We're not gonna go to sleep. And I'm like, bitch, we're staying awake and you're staying awake with me. And she was so scared to the point she didn't want to go to sleep. Because the board moving was one thing. And then we kind of talked and like let it die out and then we went to sleep. After like my door opened on its own and she supposedly saw this thing, she's petrified, I'm petrified, like we're both not gonna wake up. The next day is out, the sun is out, but I'm awake. Me and her didn't go to sleep all night. She had to be at work for 8:30, so I'm like, okay, whatever, like stay here until you gotta go to work. So she got up at 8 o'clock to go to work, dressed, out in her little uniform, ready to go to work. Bye-bye, Carla. See you later. You left a demon in my house. Fuck you, bitch. You're still my friend, but fuck you, bitch. So Santino also had to go to work. Carla had to be at work at 8:30. Santino had to be at work at either 9 or 10. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm sitting there and he comes out and he's like, did you sleep with me last night? Like, why did you just leave? And I was like, oh, I left because I was trying to wake you up because I was telling you I was scared and you were just like, oh, go to sleep, go to sleep. But I was scared and I knew Carla was here, so I left and I stood out there with her. And he goes, bro, can you like stop trying to like move shit and get clothes out the closet when I'm trying to sleep? I'm like, I didn't try to get things out of the closet when you were trying to sleep, Santino. I left the room, like I just said. I was not trying to move shit. So, Santino told me that he was laying in bed and he thought that I was in the room moving the closet, like in the closet trying to get things out of like clothes or whatever. Because the bed's over here, we have stuff right here where I am right now. This is the closet this way, hear it? And over there is the bed. So he thought that I was out of bed trying to get clothes and then getting out of the room. That's not at all what fucking happened. So the dog is sleeping. The closet's closed because we always sleep with it closed because I don't like it open because I get scared. And he's hearing things in the closet thinking it's me, but he's pointing that way. And he's just mumbling, I guess, telling me to shut up. I wasn't even in the bedroom. I was out in the living room with Carla. The whole day I have been paranoid, because it was my day off. So he's out and he's doing shit and he's going to work and he's doing this, he comes home, then we go to this place, we go to that place, but the whole day was 100% fine. So maybe in my head I'm like, maybe I was hallucinating, maybe like this thing was just happening, maybe he heard something in the closet that didn't happen, maybe Carla saw something that wasn't actually there. Basically trying to lie to myself to like not be scared and thinking, oh, it's just a game, we said goodbye, it's fine. So I'm lying to myself. The whole day nothing happened. The night comes and I'm petrified. I'm ready to go to bed, but I'm scared. Carla's not here obviously because she doesn't sleep over my house every single day, but it's just me, Santino, and the dog. Nothing happens. I don't even remember falling asleep because you know when you're so scared you're just laying in bed and you're like keep opening your eyes. I don't even remember falling asleep. I must have opened my eyes so much my body thought I was working out and made me feel like I was exhausted and I fell asleep. Like I don't even remember falling asleep. That night perfectly smooth. Nothing happened. Like I said, this little guy was in front of the door again because I always put him in front of the door when we have the AC on or whatever, and nothing happened. The door didn't move. Nothing. Next day comes, same thing, perfectly good day. Nothing happens. Working, come home, blah, 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 blah. Everything is fine. Nothing's going on. Time to go to sleep. Nothing. Everything's good. Wake up the next day. Good. So there's like consecutive days, everything's like going perfectly fine, and I'm like, oh, maybe it was just that one time, maybe it was just like whatever, maybe it left because it found out there was nothing to do with us. This is where I was wrong. The next day, my dad has a keyboard actually at his house, like a piano keyboard or whatever. And I'm like, oh, can I play with it? Like, cause I was like looking things online, like to like try to learn how to play piano, which is obviously not gonna happen because I'm like about to be 21 and everybody knows that if you don't learn early, you're not gonna get it. So I was like trying to like learn piano or whatever at his house, and I'm like, can I take the piano home? Like I said, it's just a keyboard, it's not a real piano. So he let me bring it home, and like I said, it's been like days after like things happen in my house, so I'm not expecting anything to fucking go wrong. I'm just thinking everything's over, everything's fine. I'm gonna bring the piano home, I'm gonna play with it, I'm gonna go to bed, go to the next day, blah, blah, blah. Everything goes 100% fine. That's what's going on in my head because I forgot about the whole Ouija board experience. Whatever, it all went away, you know what I mean? So I bring the keyboard home or whatever, and it was like 7 o'clock, so it was like late dinner or whatever, and we had nothing to eat at home. So I'm like, oh, like, let's go to McDonald's or something. Let's go get a cone. Me and him are obsessed with cones, so we keep going to get ice cream cones or whatever. So we went to go get like a burger and a cone at McDonald's, which sucks, but like, what are you gonna do? We got our food at McDonald's. We usually park like at a parking spot and just chill and eat and talk, or we'll drive back home and then eat here. So we had our ice cream, we had our food, we had whatever, we come home. And I'm looking for my charger. So my charger is always on the wall next to like my side of the bed, and his charger is always plugged into his side of the bed. So sometimes we take each other's chargers. So I'm like, you know, where the fuck is my charger? Like, did you take my charger? And then I'm like looking around for my charger, looking for my charger, looking for my charger, cannot find my charger. And it's not coming to my head that like, yo, maybe your charger's missing because of somebody's in your home. But no, so I'm looking for my charger, looking for my charger. He's helping me look for my charger. We looked everywhere. We could not find my charger. Something tells me to just look for a snack. I was full. Like, I literally didn't want to eat anymore. I was like, okay, I'm good. I want to look for a snack. Like, I'm good. So I'm looking through, we have these 2 cabinets, and there's chips and there's chocolate and there's this in our house. So I'm like, whatever, like I just want a snack, fuck the charger. Cause it's only like 8 something now, and I open to get a snack, and I look and my charger is all wrapped up, like perfectly wrapped up. Like, you know how like you wrap your charger and it's like kind of like falling apart, sort of like the wires, not like this was like perfectly wrapped right on top of like a bag of chips or whatever. So I'm like, Santino, I know you took my charger, and I'm like blaming him because I'm like trying to fucking prank me. Like, why are you hiding my shit? We were just like bickering, like, I know you hid my charger. No, I didn't. And he's like, I swear to God, I did not hide your charger. Like, you put your charger there, and now you're trying to act like I hid it. And me and him are going back and forth about who hid the charger. And moral of the story is, I didn't hide the charger. He didn't hide the charger. Who hid the charger? Did my dog Piper, who is this big, go to the top cabinet and put my charger on top of a bag of chips? I kind of just like put it in my brain to just blame him, because if I blame him, everything will be fine, blah, 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 blah. So it's like 8 something, I'm playing around with the piano, and I'm like, okay, whatever. He's like, oh, I want to go to bed. So I turn the piano off, because if you have a keyboard, you know that it's not like a real piano. A real piano, you can click whatever, and it doesn't have an off switch. Do you know what I mean? It's just like keys, like the keys make the noises. So there's no off switch or whatever. The keyboard has an off button, like, and then it'll go off. Before we go to bed, we turn on the AC, put the same little piggy bank in front of the door, go to bed, good. I wasn't even scared, like I was like, whatever, blaming him, everything was fine. Nothing came to my head thinking, you know, Ouija fucking board. So we're both going to sleep or whatever. I plug my charger in, put my charger in my phone, go to bed. We go to bed 100% fine. We usually talk in bed before we go to sleep, and then we go to sleep. We go to sleep at around 3 o'clock in the morning. Out of nowhere, you just hear the fucking piano at the loudest noise that it was just go dang. It sounded like someone was just like slam. You know how like you play with the piano and you go no, this sounded like bang, mad loud, like so loud. Me and him were both like we were like, what the fuck is that? Like, he was like, did you turn off the piano? What the fuck is that? Maybe something fell on top of the piano. And I'm like, I deadass turned the piano off. So me and him are kind of like whispering, like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? And then I get up with my thing and I'm like, come with me, come with me. So he comes behind me and I'm opening the door. I have the flashlight. I turn on the lights. We look and the piano is on. What we heard was real. So it wasn't like it was a dream. It wasn't like, oh, you must have heard the piano go off because you had a nightmare. Is it because do 2 people have the same nightmare? Just because you're laying next to each other, you both hear the same thing? I swear, people. The scariest part of that wasn't even that the piano was on, but I swear to God the piano was off. First of all, hearing a noise is petrifying as fuck. And if you know a keyboard has a volume, the volume was all the way up. Why would I be playing a piano at my apartment complex So there's obviously neighbors, and putting the volume all the way up. Obviously when I was playing around with the piano when I was awake, the piano was at a certain level. It was not all the way to the top of the volume. Nothing. So I'm like looking around, me and him are looking around the floor like, did something fall? Did something hit it? Like what the fuck was that? So this is my house, people. This is what's been going on. This is, like I said recently, like, I don't know what the hell to do. I'm so scared. Shit is fucking, it's real and it's not funny and it's scary. Like, I don't know what to do. We might sage our house. We don't know what to do. I knew I shouldn't have played with that. If you ever wanted to play with the Ouija board, just stop. Stop, stop, stop. Shut the fuck up. Stop playing with that shit. It's not funny. Like, this shit is so scary. You have no idea. Like, people go through crazy ass shit because of this board. I literally can't even go to sleep because of the fucking board. I have shit in my house being moved. I hear noises, and it's not me in the head because there's multiple people. It's me, it's Santino, it's my friend, it's multiple people. We're not all hallucinating. None of us do drugs. None of us smoke weed. None of us drink. What the hell is going on? I don't know. But anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. That is my paranormal story. If I have any more and you guys are interested in finding out what the hell is going on in my house, I'll let you guys know. But as of now, I put the piano back at my dad's house. I'm done playing that shit because I don't want to hear that loud ass noise again. Literally the next day, I brought it back to my dad's house. I'm chilling. I'm good. I hear things all the time and I try to tell myself it's something else. But if you guys are interested in finding out more about my paranormal activity stuff happening in my house currently right now, then let me know and I'll make another video for you guys. Nothing has really happened this past day in my house. I mean, nothing meaning like this, like scary like that. But if something else comes up, if you guys are interested, I will keep telling you guys stories about what's going on in my house. This is real shit. Like I said, stay the fuck away from the Ouija board. It's not a joke. Like, I'm funny and I make everything into a joke, but it's not a joke. This stuff is literally scary. But that's it for my video, guys. If you guys like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on what the hell I should do. Should I leave? I can't leave because we just signed a lease, so we're gonna be here for another fucking year. Great. If you ever have any spirits in your house, what the hell did you do? Do you sage your home? What do you do? I don't know what to do and I'm very scared. And no, guys, the board is not in my house. The board is gone. So whatever the fuck we open on that board is still in my house. And it's very fucking scary. But that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like me and you like videos like this, just make sure to give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below on what I should do. And until I see you guys next time, bye babes.